Hey everybody, it's me, Margaret. I'm a Mississippi native transplanted to Atlanta, Georgia, where I sheepishly share things I love with you. And today I'm sharing not only information, but some actual products that I have that I can give away. So let's get started. Now, if you've been watching my channel, you know that I am a KnitCrate ambassador, and I get KnitCrates every month that I share with you. Probably every other month I do a giveaway. I keep some and you get some because after all, I wouldn't be a KnitCrate ambassador if it wasn't for you. So I like to share. Now, what I have to talk about today is actually something I got last month and the one that's current. And you really want to have your heads up on the one that's current, excuse me. So, I already opened these and took a peek because my sweet son asked me to make him some socks, and so I was letting him choose from all the sock yarn that I have, and I said, oh, I've got these two new KnitCrates, but I haven't presented them yet. So I went ahead and opened them anyway. So sorry, usually I save that surprise for both of us. But in this KnitCrate, Little Village, isn't that cute? We have mini crates. Now remember, KnitCrate offers several different varieties of crates that you can subscribe to. It is a subscription service, but don't forget that you can also order things individually off their website. Just hit this little shop button. But for the subscription service, this is an example of what you would get in a mini crate. Aren't those adorable? Now inside every crate you get a card, and this card tells you about what the details of the product that you just received, and it gives you codes for future purchases at KnitCrate, or maybe patterns or the yarn. Maybe it's not KnitCrate's brand of yarn because sometimes they get suppliers from other places. And anyhow, to make a long story short, plenty of information on what you are. It also explains the theme that you got. Look at the little minis up close. Aren't they so cute? Now this happens to be Knitology yarn. This is KnitCrate's own brand of yarn, their in-house brand, if you will. Now these particular minis are 80% superwash merino and 20% nylon, so they're suitable for socks. And boy, wouldn't that be fun with some real wacky looking socks made out of all of this. Of course, don't forget that the ever popular sock yarn blanket that everyone is doing with the squares. Everybody tends to give it a different name, I've noticed. It would be perfect for something like this, for amigurumi, for I don't know. I could go on, but mainly they're just so darn cute. Just a handful of minis. I can't remember off the top of my head what the price of the mini is. I will definitely put it on screen for you and give you a link as well to head on over to KnitCrate to see the different types of crates that are available in the different price ranges that you're willing to spend, that you might be interested in. Maybe the things that you would be using the most you would consider. But all that will be in the description box below, along with a code that gives you 20% off your first box, which is pretty impressive. And next we're going to talk about what you get in a KnitCrate sock crate. Now the theme for this was Little Village, as you can see. And I can't show you what's on the back of this card because that's where the bonus codes are and how you get your pattern and all that kind of stuff. But here is the yarn, and it is so pretty. It has the slightest little bit of sparkle. Can you see it? I don't know if you can or not. It's very tiny, and I'm one of those people who I don't go for bling. To me, if it's not, you know, like the real thing, say diamonds are a girl's best friend, then I don't want to be carrying around sparkling all over the place like a Tinkerbell. But this is just a little bit of sparkle, and I could definitely wear this. Now the yarn itself is called, let's see, asylumfibers.com provides it. This is Golden Rule. The color is called Spirited. And it is 75 superwash merino, 25% nylon, and 5% gold tone stellina, which gives it the little sparkle. Now with every sock crate, not only do you get a free sock pattern, and this one happens to be by Stephanie Jones, and it's called Snowballing Socks, which is a cute little name. But you also get an extra. Now this extra has been anything from bath bombs to stitch markers and different things like that. But this time it's a Chaya Goo stainless steel needle set. Now these are fixed circular sock needles. Now this happens to be my preferred sock needles. I love these things. I have never used an interchangeable set though, and Robin Becker and I have been talking about those, but these are the fixed circular, and I can attest to being a very high quality needle. The cable is absolutely fantastic. But that is what you get in your sock crate, and the price for our sock crate is here. As with all the crates, your shipping and handling is going to be totally taken care of, and you're going to enjoy a 25% off all products in our Member Central shop. Now, what is the Member Central shop? Apparently, it's some things set aside just for us members. Now, of course, anybody can shop off the regular shop link, but you get 25% off the products inside that Member Central shop if you're a subscriber. Now, I generally tell KnitCrate to send me whatever. As a KnitCrate ambassador, you know, they ask you, what would you like? Do you always want to get the sock crate? Do you always want to get the mini crate? Whatever. And I say, send me whatever they want to send for that week, for that month, because I can't imagine not liking anything that they would send. Now, I picked this one up today from my post office box, and I know I had a sneak preview, so I know what I might get, but the deal was this. In January's KnitCrate, you'll get a surprise, and on their website, they showed the 3 different choices that could arrive in your box. So let's see which one I got. All right, the theme is called Nature Study. And look at this. Look at the color. Now, we got an email filled with updates about KnitCrate and what's going on. And one of the things they pointed out is that when you order a KnitCrate, you're essentially getting about 50% off the value inside the package. So in this particular crate, we're getting 2 skeins of high quality yarn. Each one is about $24 a piece. And then we're getting these patterns. You get 1 crochet pattern and 1 knit pattern that you could use with the yarn that you receive. And while you're paying about $24.99, something like that, $25 for this KnitCrate, you're essentially getting this, all of this, at over 50% off. The 2 patterns plus the 2 high quality yarns. Let's learn a little bit more about this yarn. Let's see. This one is called Dry Leaves, and it's a superwash sock, 80% superwash wool, 20% nylon, fingering weight, 400 yards. It feels wonderful, and it has the variation of color, the darker purples into the lighter lavender. So nice. And then this is its companion yarn, and the colorway is called Breathless. And again, it's the, same thing, superwash sock and 20% nylon fingering. But you can see the colors are slightly different, but are made to go together. Aren't they beautiful? I wish you could feel them. And people did ask me the question, but Margaret, have you used any of this? And yes, I have. And yes, I love it. Now, these are still available along with the worsted weight option. So pop over to KnitCrate and you can buy them without actually subscribing. But if you do subscribe, don't forget to throw in that coupon code in there to get yourself 20% off that first box. So you come out even better. I mean, wow. Let's see, that would be 50% off of the retail value plus the additional 20% off by using that coupon code. You're going to get 70% off of this and the 2 patterns. You know, wow, that's pretty good. And just a heads up that if you head on over to their website, look under online classes, they're all on sale for free. So let's move along to the next product, and that is some wool dryer balls. Now this comes from a company called Maha Bodhi, which contacted me and asked me if I would be interested in testing these things out. They sent not 1 package but 2 packages of these dryer balls. Now I need you to know first of all that I am a wool dryer ball user and have been for years, and I can link a video that I did years ago where I first tested them out. These were sent to me by Mountain Meadow Wool, and I love these things. They're this big. I use them all the time. I mean, I had to literally go and get them out of my dryer in order to bring them down here to show them to you. Now, the difference between that set and this set that I've got is that the balls are slightly smaller. Can you see? And instead, I got hair on this one. Instead of getting 3 balls in this, like I did in this set, we actually got 6 of these balls that I can't all hold in my hand to show you. Now let's look at the claims for these dryer balls, and I'll weigh in on my experience. Note that these claims listed here are the same as any I've seen anywhere, so there's nothing unique or outrageous here. The first claim is that they shorten drying time by 30%. I attempted a scientific test in my last video, but I messed it up. But I'm pretty sure, after years of experience, that drying time is slightly shortened. Whether it's 30%, I'm not totally convinced. I think it's more like 10 to 15% for me in my dryer, but it does cut down on drying time, and I think it's just basic physics as to why that happens. It kind of helps keep everything from clumping together. It keeps everything separated as it's flying around in the dryer. So yes, it does work for that. Longer lasting clothes. Our eco-friendly dryer balls help eliminate wrinkles and static. All right, wait, let's stop right here. Yes, they're eco-friendly. Wool is a sustainable product, and there are no chemicals used in the process of making them. Number 2, it helps eliminate wrinkles. Yes, it keeps the clothes from bunching up by fluffing everything around in the dryer. Number 3, static. Does it cut down on static? No, you still will have some static issues. I don't really like to use dryer sheets, but I will use half a dryer sheet from time to time, and only that small amount of usage of dryer sheets will actually cut down static over long periods of time. They say that it will kind of coat the inside of your dryer, and so one dryer sheet, I don't know, once a month, I guess, makes a difference for me, for where I live, which actually is a humid climate. Now, we're having a lot of problems with static right now in the drier time of the year, but it works fine for me without having to constantly bombard my family with chemicals from the dryer sheets, which also have that waxy coating on them, you know, so you're not supposed to use dryer sheets when you have tech fabric in there, and you know all that. You know how to do laundry. But this helps with that. I forgot to say that I have tried many more natural methods for reducing static, but to no avail. Vinegar in the rinse water, tinfoil balls tossed in the dryer, nothing worked. So limited use of dryer sheets is what works for me. Hypoallergenic. Yes, it is. As it turns out, people who are allergic to wool are actually allergic to the oils or alcohols in the sheep's wool. Many people confuse skin sensitivity, like the roughness of certain wool, with allergy. So since you're not wearing these against your skin, that's not a problem. And the oils are gone, so nothing is deposited on your clothes. And if you need to read more about that, I'll put a link in the description box. I do like the fact that you have a 100% satisfaction guarantee, and you can return it for a full refund within 30 days of purchase. That's good business practice. I have used these, and I think they're pretty much the same thing. I mean, you can even see they're the same thing. These right here are several years old. I can't remember when I did that. I want to say it was 2015, so 2 years old. Could be 2014. How long I've been using them. And you can see this is what they look like when they were new, and this is what they look like when they are very, very old. Still got many lives. As a matter of fact, the claim of wool dryer balls is that they don't wear out until you lose them. I mean, you can keep using them until you lose them. And judging at what I see here in the quality of these several-year-old compared to this, you could see how much life it has in it. I mean, I don't see it going anywhere anytime soon. Since the majority of this channel's audience is knitters and crocheters, I know that some of you are thinking, well, Margaret, can't you make wool dryer balls? Well, yes, you can, and you could go on YouTube and you could find all kinds of tutorials for those. However, wool is not cheap. Now, what companies like this do is that they take leftover yarn or leftover fleece or whatever, and they use it for that purpose. So it's a no waste product, in other words. Also, this is handmade in Nepal, and it is a fair trade product. Now, it doesn't have the official fair trade label on there, so my ears were perking up thinking, you know, oh, anybody can print that on there. But it takes money in order to earn that fair trade label. You have to apply to this process to actually get the right to use these labels, and it is a long-term arduous process, and you have to pay to do it. So just because it doesn't have it on there doesn't mean it isn't true. But fair trade is something that catches my eye because it's giving the workers, like in Nepal, a very poor country, it gives the workers a fair price. Even if the crop fails that year, or maybe the sheep all die and something happens, those workers are guaranteed to be able to feed their families. They can count on a certain amount. Now, it may not be the same amount as in a plentiful year where they would get a larger percentage, but they are looked after, which is, you know, very important to us in a world economy today. So, yes, you can make your own. If you have enough wool saved up, I would say make it with your scraps in order to be waste-free, like this product is. And you probably cannot make it for less money than you can buy it unless you have scraps. So I'll put a link to this company's website down below where you can actually buy these for yourself. And I'll also be giving away this second packet. Okay, giveaway time. So I'm going to give away one set of these dryer balls and the KnitCrate sock crate that contained this beautiful yarn and the Chiagu needle set, thick circulars that came with it. 2 separate winners, one for each item. Now this is kind of ironic because remember, you're not supposed to dry your sock yarn, right? So you don't put them in the dryer with it. No. But luckily these are going to 2 separate people, so that won't be an issue. Now, because we have 2 virtually unrelated items here, I want you to leave a comment below if you would like to win one of these. And you could leave me either a laundry tip or a sock knitting tip. Give me some information down here that we can share with some other people. But anyway, just comment section below. That's all you need to do. I'll pull the names and contact the winners and get this off to you. So thanks for watching. Bye.